Hello, it's the cousin, and I'm back for another beer tasting video.
I get a kick out of brew.
Okay, so this brings us to the final episode in this little mini, what I'm going to call a face-off series between Hobgoblin and Fuller's/Griffin Brewery. So we've done 2 Hobgoblin beers and 1 from Fuller's/Griffin, which leads us to the next one by them. So this is one that I've seen before, noticed it before, although I've never had it. And it is Fuller's ESB Extra Special Bitter Legendary Ale in this really nice blue bottle. Not bottle, you know, the label's blue and gold. So we've gone from green and gold to blue and gold. This I have seen before, but I can't really pinpoint where. I mean, obviously I've seen it at the Tesco's me and Joe go to, but I don't know if they've had this at Wetherspoons, or am I confusing it with FS? Who knows? So yeah, it's another one from the Griffin Brewery in Chiswick, which it turns out that one I was talking about, the Fuller's Brewery, is the same one that is the headquarters of this that they're referring to all over this bottle, with the Griffin Brewery Chiswick, and then the from the Griffin Brewery with the Thames down there. So it says on the back, ESB Legendary Ale, proudly pioneered by Fuller's. This is the ESB that started it all, with its deep mahogany colour, delicate bitterness, and orangey fruitcake flavour. That's odd. It's no wonder that ESB is Fuller's most awarded beer and something of a legendary ale, crafted from Northdown, Challenger, Target and Golden hops, as well as rich malts. This unique all-British beer is brewed with pride in the heart of London. Truly an extra special bitter. And it's 5.9, so we are ending on a strong one. But in terms of design, like I said, it's blue and gold. I really like it. I mean, it doesn't actually have much in terms of design. It just says ESB on what looks like the bottom of a shield and these little rays coming out of it. And then you got the Fuller's logo in gold there, and a very royal looking neck seal, and the same Griffin Brewery bottle cap as the other one. But despite the fact there's not much going on here, I actually really like the colour. And I think this does look like a royal beer. I don't know if I like the Thames thing on the bottom of this one though. It looks a bit almost cartoony and simplistic. I don't know if it suits the aesthetic of the rest of the bottle, but I'll give you guys a little 360. And then going around to the back where it's got all the boring shit, but you can see it says ESB Legendary Ale there. And background to the front. It's simple, but it speaks for itself. I can't lie, I quite like it. I'm going to give it a 4. I was thinking maybe a 3.5 as it's not got too much going on, but sometimes simplicity works, but not all the time. But in this case, I think the colour scheme, it just looks like a nice royal beer. And where it says legendary, yeah, I think this is a good colour for a quote-unquote legendary beer, but we'll decide that after we tried it. So giving it a 5 on 5, a 4 on design. Let's see what will give its taste. So we're going to crack this one open. There we go. The bottle cap there. Was that even on camera? Yeah, sort of. And yeah, smell test. It smells good. It smells refreshing. Could this be a good one? Could this be the best one? We'll have to see. At the end, I am going to do a thing where we'll rank Hobgoblin and Fuller's in a sort of like face-off with each other. You get what I mean. Let's go for the first taste. you can taste the high alcohol in that one. The one we did yesterday, the Hobgoblin Amber, that was also strong, but I don't know, this one tastes more refreshing and less overwhelming, I think. I do have high hopes, well, I did have high hopes for this, so it's not disappointing, but let's give it the second taste. I mean, it does have quite a bitter taste, but at the same time, this is really refreshing. And I feel like beer should be refreshing because some of them can just dry the fuck out of your mouth. Am I enjoying this? I don't know. It's sort of... The bitter taste has a nice taste and I can't pinpoint what it is. It says on the back here, orangey fruitcake. Is that what it tastes like? I don't know. I mean, maybe, but am I just saying that because I've read it and now my mind's thinking about that? Yeah, I guess so. Actually, yeah, I'm getting that little fruitcake taste. This isn't a bad beer. Throughout the series, they've been between average and good, and I think this is still in that caliber, but more on the higher end. I think the best one we've done so far is probably the gold beer. Then the amber, and then the other Griffin or Fuller's one we did, what was it called? Griffin Gold. This is better than that. I would say it's better than the amber one, but where would I rank it? Around the gold. I don't know. I'm really liking how strong and refreshing this is. But I don't know. I don't know if it beats the gold. Part of me's also forgot how the gold tasted, which really doesn't help. So putting that aside and just focusing on this, what would I give that on taste? That is a very, very good question because I can't quite decide right now. So the only thing we can do in a situation like this is keep on drinking, and that's what we're going to do. It's definitely a 4, at least. Yeah, this is probably the best one we've done. I think I've just answered my question there. Could I give it a 4 or a 4.5? Could we push it up to a 4.5? It is full of flavour and it's got a nice strong taste and it's really refreshing. The strong taste and maybe the flavour I could expect from a 5.9%, but not really to be this refreshing. So for that, I think I'm going to up this to a 4.5 on taste. So there you go, 4.5. This is a nice beer. It deserves to be called a legendary ale. I actually am really enjoying this. Maybe you have to warm up to it, get used to the taste, but I could see this being a drink that people enjoy. Yeah, Fuller's have done well there, which complicates things because if it wasn't as good as any of the Goblin ones, then Hobgoblin would have been clearly the winner. But with the best and, I don't want to say worst, but the lowest scoring beer both being from the same brand, that does put a spanner in the works. I will get all of them on the table in a minute to give them a overall review, but not without giving it its overall rating. So giving it a 4 on design and a 4.5 on taste. Excuse me. I can safely say it's going to be a 4.5 overall. I think it deserves that upper one because this is actually a really nice beer. Yeah. I'm enjoying this. I think this was a good one to leave till last. I mean, I didn't do that based on its percentage. In fact, I've drank these in the order I chose them, or Joe chose them. Oh no, saying that, I think it went Hobgoblin Gold, which I chose. Then he said about the Amber. Or did he say about the Griffin Gold first? Sort of in the area with order we chose them, but I think it just worked out well that it went from one to the other, and left the 5.9%, the most heaviest one till last, which is also the highest, well no, joint highest scoring with the Hobgoblin Gold, but we'll get onto that later. But yeah, this I think is a really good one to end on. I would recommend this if you like beer and ale is your thing. Definitely pick up an ESB Legendary Ale, because it does not disappoint. It does not live up to its name. Double negative, which means it does live up to its name if you're slow and confused, like my cousin. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get all the other beers that we've done on the table, and then we're going to go over a little mini recap, since I've lost track of what beers are part of what series to do season recaps, unless it's Brewdog. So yeah, let's get onto that now. So here you have the 4 beers of this little mini series, and I've put them with the Hobgoblins here and the Griffin Brewery / Fuller's ones here. If I was to put them in the order I had them in, I just simply swapped these two like that, and there you have it. But yeah, I think it's been a pretty good series overall. Every beer has been between average to good, which is good. And I just like how these beers look almost uniform. Like, you've got the Hobgoblins, which look very similar. I mean, I said it in the Amber beer video. I think I said it in both of them. If these are next to each other and you don't look at them properly at first glance, you are going to think they're the same drink. But then I feel like these two have a very uniform look. Like, looking at them from the back as well, where their neck seal is there, you've got the blue with the gold and the black. Same with this green one. The backs are very uniform, and I think they have the same sort of badge thing, except this has got a griffin in the background. It weirdly looks like these are the Hobgoblins, and then these are the like heroic knights. Maybe that's because I've been playing Skyrim a lot. That is a Windhelm beer right there. But yeah, I think it's been a good series. I think the beer I recommend most from this is the one I'm currently drinking, the ESB Legendary Ale, which is the first place, with this one just behind in second. So I'm going to have a sip of this, and then I'm going to put them in order from best to worst. So to do that, all I had to do was get the ESB and move it from over here to over there, because that is by far the best one. Even though, if you add the individual ratings of design, taste and overall together, Hobgoblin Gold would have won, I still think I'd recommend Legendary Ale over that. So ironically, the best and worst beer in this wave are both these two, with Hobgoblin pretty much occupying everything in between. And I think that just sums up the series so perfectly, because this beer's okay, this beer's good, really good, and then these are just in between. This one's good, that's somewhere between good and okay. Off the top of my head, overall, I think I gave that a 3.5, that one a 4, that a 4.5, and that one a 4.5. So yeah, I think that pretty much explains which of these beers I'd recommend, more these two. But you kind of get the gist that all of them are in the same caliber. Like, you'd expect these two to be and these two to be, but all in all, this was a pretty solid series that just, you know, if you like one, you're probably going to like them all. I think that's what I'm going to leave it on there. So this has been The Cousin. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. You know what, let me clear these beers off and then I'll outro it. Oh god. So So this has been The Cousin. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please like, subscribe, share, and all that other shit. I will probably do some more beer tastings in the near future. But for now, I will see you in Skyrim, Legends of Azarak. Cheers.
Woo!